This has been the story. Kaboom has not been pushed off the turrets until they grab it. And the Nexus turret almost about to go down. Alliance has too much on their plate to consider. That's the fight. The control onto left. They are able to take him down. Danagorn. Oh my God! Alliance down.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Mercedes-Benz ATK League of Legends Champions Series. I'm joined by Sheepy, the one and only, and we're getting ready to go into game number 1 of ZeW versus ATK Goon Squad. And yeah, if you're wondering, we are up an hour early. That is
or late,
just
depends.
depends on how you want to see it. Yeah, had some interesting turn of events today, and we don't have our normal scheduled 8 o'clock game, but we are here at 7 o'clock to bring you a game. Regardless.
Game indeed. I have to agree with you on that one. Like you said, ZeW versus ATK Goon Squad. Again, a bit of a mismatch when it comes to ranks, so it should be an interesting series to watch. We've had a similar one recently. Was it us against ATK? Trying to remember.
Was it ATK? I'm not sure if it was ATK. Wait, let's just really check the teams. No, it wasn't ATK.
It wasn't B5.
Because Unique wasn't playing. Wasn't B5, then it must have been Instinct.
No, I don't recall, to be honest, but basically, ATK being the top team to beat makes them quite a difficult team to cast. So there are going to be some games which are quite snappy in their favor. Not saying that this necessarily won't be a good series, but definitely will be a one-sided one. So it's going to be up to ZeW to pull out some tricky, I don't know, cards out of their sleeves. I think that's the expression.
Some Timos, some Sorakas in the bot lane, some interesting things. Hopefully should see that soon. And yeah, I think the other thing to think about is just kind of looking forward as we are getting closer and closer to the final week of week 9. Yeah, that's exciting because then we get to see the top teams from the opposing sides of the groups battling it out in the brackets. But we're going to join you in Champ Select in just a second.
There we go. ZeW on left, ATK on right. Let's see what the drafts have up for us.
Yeah, let's see. I'm expecting some bans coming out. Maybe priorities have shifted a little bit. Victor is a great ban. Love to see it. Victor's being very high priority pick. It's one of the things that you generally see into Orianna. So maybe...
Hang on, we've got Ben Schwarmer substituting in for ATK. Apologies for cutting you off, but it's gonna be the Bench Academy All-Star subbed in just for a practice game, it seems. That's kind of interesting. So we're gonna be watching, I believe, the mid lane, seeing as not Kiddo nor Crane playing, but instead Ben Schwarmer off the bench for some action. I see Crane in chat as well, so that's good. Best of luck to him.
Yeah, definitely gonna get some moral support and some practice. Always good to get all the players involved, especially sometimes you have a big team and not everyone always gets to play. So in the less important or essential games, you'll see some of the substitutes coming in. As we do get the Viego ban coming out and the Malzahar ban. Malzahar being very targeted, not super meta, but maybe just hitting some of those comforts of ZeW.
Right, so I like the Viego ban. We've had Viego played in the past and just not a balanced champion, honestly, with all the bugs, even a little bit overtuned, so good ban there. As for the Malzahar Nautilus, probably just target bans, not entirely sure. Thresh?
That's a unique pick, is it not? I mean, he likes his bard a bit more.
I feel like there's no real reason to try and ban out Unique. He's playing a little bit too wide of a champion pool to really pinch it, especially in the first 3 rotations with only one man going to support.
Oh, the Shaco ban.
Yeah, I saw there was a Shaco player. Not the greatest win rate on Shaco, but it is his most played champion, so just making sure that pick is out of here. Nobody likes the clan.
Yeah, clan is too much to deal with. It can be very fun when you're playing it, but not so fun to play against. I need to get the Seraphine locked in, which is exciting to see. I think it's well, it's too soon to say because there's definitely potential for that flex, yeah. And I do think it's a great takeaway. Seraphine is a pretty good pick. We do get the Morgana, however, been popular in the jungle lately.
Yeah.
Is it going to get locked in though? ADHD.
Does
lock it in.
I like the Morg. It's a good flex pick. Most likely will be jungle as it is quite strong. But with the Zinzal hover, if they lock it in, it tells us that Morgana probably will be either mid or support. But I doubt we get that lock in. I feel like that's just a bit of a hover before they actually decide what they want to pick. Yeah, there it is, Caitlyn. They're not going to lock Draven in. They will not lock in Draven. Clax does not play Draven wall. Kalista. Okay, there it is, Kalista.
Yeah, and I think Morgana isn't too bad into Seraphine either. So definitely good pick. It can be kind of flexed around right now. So definitely good. Kalista is pretty strong. It's one of the kind of under the radar AD carries that is still in a pretty good spot. And I'm sure we'll be seeing it in MSI, which is the current patch that we are on, and which will be starting later this year or this month. Next pick up, I'm curious to see. We do get the round.
So that's a bit of an interesting one because you've just basically said the Seraphine is not bot lane. Not that it matters too much, seeing as we do have, I guess, the bot lane shown from the ATK squad already. But
probably,
you basically just like you're showing your cards. You're saying this is not a flex pick anymore.
Yeah, and at this point, I'm hoping to see Kai'Sa picked up. Or it's potentially, could still be Seraphine ADC with Rel, which is a bit of a weird one, but it could happen. So still a little bit of flexibility, but slightly less than we had before. Very safe blind pick. I think Sion is probably the safest champ you could play. Ooh, Yoni.
The hover, but do we get the lock in? 10 seconds left.
I've heard Yoni is good into something. Could it be Sion? I've seen it hovered and played here and there in pro play.
I don't know, that seems weird to me. I feel like Sion generally likes to do pretty well into 80 champs. I mean, picking it as Sion seems kind of odd to me, but we'll see.
Yeah, also definitely, not exactly not a champ we've seen around. Not something we've seen prioritized or focused very much, as we do get back to the second ban phase and hopefully get some more target bans out there. We do get a Caitlyn ban coming out, saying we don't want to have to deal with a Caitlyn against the likes of a Kalista and a potentially Morgana bot lane.
Yeah, so they're just looking to try to pinch out that potential duo for the Rel. I mean, Tristana is still available.
Yeah, Tristana as well.
Oh,
Rudy is a great ban. Hecarim's still up. We actually have seen very low jungle priority, except maybe potentially the Morgana, but it's too soon to say that. So, yeah, I kind of just want to see how the rest of this turns out. I'm expecting maybe a potential Hecarim ban.
So, I mean, something I want to touch on is like, I mean,
there's the Hecarim ban.
ATK have been pretty much exclusively picking Orianna in their matches, so it's kind of interesting they're allowing the Shawarma to kind of just flex off of that. I guess it is a slightly less serious series, so perhaps having a little bit more fun with the draft, just trying out some stuff, trying out some players, just in case they do need to play Shawarma in the future for whatever reason. I believe he does play a couple of different roles, so he's quite flexible in terms of if a player doesn't have availability in their schedule for the match. But the last ban going to come through the Hecarim and the Gnar.
Yeah, as predicted, let's kind of see that Hecarim the Hecarim ban coming out. Gnar expected, pretty good blind pick top lane, and now ATK needs to reveal their cards here and let us know what are they locking in. Are they locking in jungle or
Akali?
Mid? Yeah, that means Morgana's probably jungle. Top lane actually. So we have Yo in mid lane. We have Cho tops. Cho could be support. Sen is open. Oh,
but it's
my
Kalista,
brain.
though.
Oh, there's a Kalista. Right. Yeah, that's totally my bad.
I kind of hope that's going to be not lane Kalista. I've seen it being a thing. I think mid lane you play it with like you're binding to your jungler and try to hit 6, then you suddenly have this mid jungle synergy, which is kind of interesting. I don't think it's really great, but it's a thing. So
Camille, very high and specialized picks coming out here. I hope.
So is that Sion or Camille jungle? Please no Cogmore. Please no Cogmore onto this comp.
You really want to be playing Kai'Sa here, or Vayne's Kai'Sa? Please Kai'Sa, guys. Kai'Sa was the answer.
I don't think the Ashe is too bad. You want to try to keep your distance. You can't really afford to get caught off by this Kalista and potentially Morgana. Otherwise, support yet to be drafted. I'm pretty sure that's not going to be a support Morgana though.
Agreed. Yeah, the problem for me with the Ashe is the lack of mobility versus the likes of Yone and Cho'Gath. Like you get hit by one Q, one ulti.
Warwick, what?
Warwick. That's going to be the jungler.
Is that the second best Warwick in SA Cup? With ADHD playing the top lane Warwick? Question mark? Is this going to be the Grasp of the Undying barrier, like, teleport Warwick?
Where's the Scion going? What is happening on Zaward's side of
Dude,
this?
Scion is going split as big. He likes the
Where's the
split.
ADC? Oh, there's an Ashe up there. There's an Ashe. There's a Ral. Who's mid lane? Seraphine. Jungle Scion, Jungle Camille. Wait a second. That is support Cho'Gath, bro.
With Kalista. Interesting.
Yeah,
I mean,
I kind of predicted the Senna, but I guess Cho can work with other champs too. Makes a lot of sense with Kalista, as you kind of have like this slow and sustain that the Cho'Gath brings to a game is really strong.
What are the odds that's a Scion mid lane? Highly doubted, seeing the Seraphine have been picked. But I mean, putting Scion to the Yone seems kind of interesting. Just use the Seraphine for like long range distance versus Warwick. Keep your space farm from afar. Post the Scion, which is quite easily CC'd, I guess.
Yeah, I think you probably rather have the Seraphine Warwick matchup and the Scion Yone matchup. Scion wants to take hits, but like Seraphine does not want to take hits.
Nicely put, nicely put.
As I'm sure you know, as a Seraphine player.
Right, so I mean, we did say that ATK is going to be taking this series a little bit more like cheesy, a little bit more fun, because it is quite heavily stacked in their favor in terms of ranks, which is understandable. I mean, how's the what been doing so far? I'm not entirely sure. We haven't really. I don't think we've casted them yet, actually.
Yeah. But we are getting very close to the second stage, which is going to be starting in 2 weeks. Well, not 2 weeks. A little bit more than 2 weeks. 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks. Should be starting in 4 or 5 weeks. And then we're going to be seeing even more crazy competition, because we currently do have some clear outliers in the pack. We have the top 3 teams, top 4 teams, the likes of the ATKs, the B5, the Instinct Gaming, the other more surprise midfield teams that have just really showed up. I'm thinking some of the Era teams have really showed up. And yeah, very excited to see how these teams from these different groups who haven't played against each other in these first 9 weeks compete against each other, and what state the meta is in. Yeah,
I mean, I'm pretty sure like the meta is pretty much sorted for now for quite a while, seeing as we are on that MSI patch, I believe.
Yeah,
so I don't think it's going to change too much. Perhaps some more powerful picks or secret combos might come out, but as for the state of the game in terms of balancing, I think it's pretty set. So we should already see some, I guess, interesting comps and strong combos. But nonetheless, we're going to take a look at the end game in just a second for the first game of the best of 5. ATK Goon Squad versus ZeW. See you guys soon.
I've seen wild, wild things.
welcome back everyone to game number 1 of the series between ATK Goon Squad and ZeW. As we do have some interesting picks here with that Cho'Gath Callisto combo in the bot lane. Cho'Gath also opting to run the Summoner Spellbook. And we have Morgana Jungle, which has been popping up here and there and has actually been nerfed this patch, but is still relatively powerful. As we do see this ATK invade coming out. Sion potentially walking into 5 men.
Oh no. You generally want to avoid invading into a Sion comp for exactly that reason, where you stacks a brush, finds a massive Q, but unfortunately the rest of the water just not really being around. Unique getting a little bit close actually. The disrespect.
Unique and ADHD both getting very low. Actually, ADHD had to flash and Klax had to heal.
The disrespect a little bit big there. I'm surprised that they're actually not going to reset first, but it's going to be Klax cancelling Unique's base by binding to him. So, I mean, sure.
Yeah, he's going to have to back. I'm pretty sure he's going to have to. He can't stay in this lane. Like, surely Ral and Ashe with an Ignite has enough kill potential.
Okay, at what point does it just become disrespect? The overstay? Unique opting not to base?
When he dies, then it's disrespect.
Okay, so, I mean, Ben Schramm is the matchup to watch out for. He's the new player in the block, but just taking note of the fact that top lane, like I called it, Warwick with the Grasp of the Undying, but unfortunately no signs of like a heal or barrier, so it's going to be the standard. She's just basically unkillable Warwick top lane, and I highly doubt we see any form of grievous wounds from Zawada. I'm going to put it out there right now at 2 minutes in.
Yeah, the other thing to mention is, in forms of supports, Cho'Gath has one of the best supports, has one of the best sustains in the game. So that is kind of why he can also get away with having very little health in a lane, because he just gets it back.
How does the sustain? Oh, hello, bot lane, Ignite, heal for start, does not end up taking out, unfortunately, but Punish is really going to be there. His Unique does pull aggro. No render visible, unfortunately, still on cooldown. How does sustain work exactly?
So he gets sustain on killing minions, which I'm not sure. Yeah, he is doing because he does have the relic Dispels of War on the relic shield. So it's called Carnivore, and it gives 23 health and 3.5 mana for every minion you kill.
That's not too much when you're playing 3. I mean, support, you got like 3 stacks every like couple minutes.
Yeah, keep in mind that relic shield also gives healing, doesn't it?
No, it used to. That was taken away, like when they reworked the support items. I used to, dude, that was actually so pog back in the day. But oh, hello, bot lane. Can't seize the opportunity. Klax left alone. Cho'Gath not quite in the lane anymore. It's mid lane. Ben Schwarmer looking to take on the pop star herself.
Wanting to make some noise. Get some approval from Senpai Crane.
Primal Nugget, top lane. The fear's gonna be there.
Level 4.
Takes a bite. He's kind of chunky. Do we get the dive though? ADHD not having the Summoner Flash. Forced the burner from that Sion passive at the start. Makes it a little bit more awkward to look for this dive, but he is quite healthy, so the potential there if the wave does end up crashing.
Yeah, the danger there is level 4 for Primal Nugget, and then suddenly having a bit more HP than you expect and then dropping to it. And you'll notice that ooh, there's a dive coming in here.
Gets the Dark Harvest stacks off. Okay, sure.
Very clean. You also notice that across the board where we are seeing these ZeW losing out in fights, it's every single time it's level gaps. It's Warwick getting a level 4 before the level 3 of Primal Nuggets. It's in the bot lane with the level 2s. We see it all the time. The bot lanes are always abusing that level 2 power spike way harder than the slightly lower elo teams, and they just get punished so hard for it.
Okay, so far ATK off to a good start. 4 minutes in, they already have a 2k gold advantage in mid lane. Neutron looks for the binding. Does he find it? Badger, cheeky auto. Second auto forces the flash out as both attempts at the same time to get the CC, so Badger end up just burning the summoner.
Also, Sion jungle is just, I don't know, against Morgana feels like a bad idea. Ooh,
not gonna be a fun time. Speaking of Morgana, Okay, soft flag actually a little bit late. Should be able to at least prevent anything more coming through from that. Unfortunately, Ash Volley just not there in time. The knock up. Clax.
Surfing coming down
from
as well.
Unique for the chain CC. So with the flash for Clax does end up finding. No, it's going to be Unique finding himself the kill as Badger is here looking to join the fight. Unfortunately, no signs of mid lane Ben Shawarma as Clax. Yeah, he pays the price. It's going to be yet again Clax the first member down. I mean, word on the streets how it's always been. The ATK squad. ATK Clax, he hits so he misses. There's no in between. So we see if we get it a hit or a miss. In this case, still 0 kills, but it looks like Unique already at 2. But now Badger in a bit of a tricky situation. He does have assistance. Yon getting the 2-man locked on. Looking pretty good as he trying to get away. Unfortunately, it's going to be the first member dead. Plus the second, the passive kicking back in. As I think we've seen this one already.
Yeah, this push down, and you can see the level differences across the board. Neutron level 5 to the level 4 of Split is big, and Badger also down 2 levels after that roam.
You
So
do not win that engage, Primal Nugget. What are you doing, friend? Ends up burning the summoner flash. Why is that a mechanic in the game? It always happens. You flash, it goes off, and you die on the other side of the flash. It's kind of painful.
It depends on the attacks. So Warwick has it's also like Nasus Q, for example.
It's not even a Warwick thing though. It's just in general like the mechanics of the game where, like, I don't know.
There is some where you can dodge it if you time it right.
Like melee attacks shouldn't kill you on the outside of the wall. Like it should either kill you or burn your flash, not both.
Yeah, that would be nice. Yeah. Okay, like if you flashed minions damage should disappear. Shouldn't take any minion damage.
Unless it's like an auto from a caster. Or a cannon, that should follow you, surely. Do cannon minions have projectiles?
Yes.
Do they?
They're just harder to see.
I think it's just got a shorter attack range, maybe.
A lot shorter. And it actually used to be a bug in the game where the red cannons
I did
were
like 2 extra damage.
longer range than the blue.
Oh, yeah, that was it. That was discovered like a year ago or so. After like after like 9 years of League of Legends.
Yeah, someone looked at these values and they were like, hold on, this does not look right.
It can't be my team's holding me back, it has to be cannon gap.
Yeah, absolutely. Ooh, so much damage coming out of that top lane.
Okay, 2-man knocker.
Beautiful. Oh. Across the board, ZeW were just getting absolutely pushed under tower. Sion is in mid lane, which means all these other guys know they are free to dive.
Okay, top lane.
ATK.
Hang on, ADHD looking for the sustain. No signs of that Grievous just yet. So AD's pretty healthy despite that bit of a botched attempt at a dive.
Yeah, if Camille got that ulti off at the right place, that was a dead Warwick. Oh, beautiful.
Speaking of deaths.
Ulti coming in there. Dive going out bot side as Unique goes all in, takes a lot of tower shots. Hourglass makes it out. Meanwhile, top side.
Okay, so it's just gonna be ATK Bloodbath as the action continues. Rest in peace, Trauma finds himself kill number 2.
Wow. Just beautifully played. This Camille is not having a good time. Getting dived twice in a row now into this Warwick. Yeah, I'm also pretty sure Warwick is like not a good matchup for Camille in the top lane. So we do get a lot of plays being picked up across the map. Sion ulti, Clax dodging beautifully. Not the Q we wanted to see.
I thought Unique was gonna leave him for a second there.
Seraphine bot side throwing some wards. Not finding anything. Does have the encore, looking for something. Maybe in the bot side.
Oh nice, Seraphine, you can't be there, friend.
Your support, you're not a tanky champ.
I mean, she's got electrocute, so she's looking to go damage. Looking to be the carry. Is it the correct call? Not so sure. Neutron. Oh, no wave left as he does take aggro, but the snare, the binding's gonna be there. Sion here to say hi. Does pull back. Shawarma able to deal some damage and get out just as quickly. Mid lane trade not too bad, but Neutron kind of stacking the brush. He has the double buffs as well as the binding does find the hit, but he's just not gonna be able to deal with the Scions out just yet. But unique for the teleport flank. Here he is. He's got level 6. He's gonna be showing you ATK. That's the rampage coming through. Ash now down for death. Number 3 is the prediction. The flash disengage. Yeah, that's painful to watch.
That was just wow. I mean, Unique is an insanely good player, and we can see that here. I definitely feel like it's gonna be. Oh,
Okay. Bomber.
man, I feel like it's a game of how hard can we dive without dying for ATK here, pushing the limits on these champions. And yeah, what I was trying to say is I definitely feel like something I'm interested to see is the ATK versus B5 as the level 5 Ash.
I mean, that's basically the series we watch here right now, no? Kappa, Magic. Top lane, ADHD. Yeah, that's gonna be a good series, no, for sure. ATK B5, that's like one of the main ones to watch out for. Otherwise, ATK Instinct could be quite decent. But any idea when that series happens?
Yeah, and I think what I'm
schedule?
interested to see in that series. Oh,
It's the one, unfortunately.
Klax, we're gonna get a hit or miss from Klax again, giving the second death over.
There's no getting out of this one. How? Okay, trades. I thought the Magnus Storm was a little bit overkill, but apparently not enough even. So a little bit underkill on that one. Rest in peace, Klax.
Yeah, Klax ruining KDAs in this game for the ATK squad. Maybe just playing to have some fun. Yeah, so what I was gonna say about the ATK versus B5 game is that I definitely feel like B5's AD carry is very, very strong. And I feel like is their shining member versus Klax, who we have mentioned is a bit of a hit or miss compared to how very strong and clean Unique is. So it's going to be interesting to see like the strong ADC versus the strong support in that bot lane matchup.
Yeah, I'm quite keen to see what we get out of Miggy as well in that series, because he's been playing pretty well up to this point for the matches that we have casted. So it should be quite interesting. As top lane ADHD completely ignoring Primal Nugget at this point, as the turret is the main focus. And we still have no form of grievous wounds from Primal, so he's just not going to be able to deal with the weak sustain. He has Grasp, he has his Devour. That's not it.
Yep. Isn't it? I'm pretty sure it's Devour. Jaws of the Beast.
Jaws of the Beast, that's just a weird one.
Yeah, ain't nobody gonna remember that Q is called Jaws of the Beast.
His
Level
ultimate is
8 to
endless
level 1.
duress or something?
Oh, did he heals up to full HP after one of those Jaws of the Beast?
Oh, quite sneaky.
Going in, does have support
And
here.
Bartley with a face check, just getting zoned out by the support Scion. I say support, but you know, Seraphine
that's
pretty
not
big engage into the JCC. It's going to be a lot of damage coming through for some water as they look to try to clean up. Klax able to get his support out, but unfortunately will pay the price as Primal Nugget finds himself the kill. Here comes ADHD a little bit late, but never. Okay, trade back.
I mean, he 1v4ing. Morgana sort of dragon. Yeah, Klax dying 3 times is
It's something.
that's something.
Drag out KDA for a full AD carry not found.
Honestly, that Cho'Gath does not support. That's like a top lane Cho'Gath, who's doing very well at this point, as we do have a 10,000 gold lead in 14 minutes. What's your take? How quickly do you think we will see this game of 1 go over to the side
17.
of ATK?
17 and a half minutes.
17 and a half?
Okay, so I mean, what do
I'll
you
go
think
with
that situation?
18.
18. Okay. I mean, that's playing it safe. That's taking it slightly higher than what I'm saying. Just so that, okay. So you're the unique in the situation where Klax ults you out. Do you bounce yourself into the enemy team to try and get your AD carry out, or do you just do what Unique did there and just completely ditch and head in the opposite direction?
No, I think you should save your ADC.
I mean, there's no guarantee he gets out though. That was a pretty big wombo. There were 4 ZeW players.
Yeah, and also if you do have a large shutdown, in that case, just say sorry, bro. You've been insing. You have no shutdown. I'm not taking one for the team here.
I gotta preserve the KDA.
That's not so much the KDA, more the shutdowns. Not gonna give those over to anyone if you can avoid it, as we do see Clax in mid lane, bouncing around, doing 0 damage to this Sion jungle.
I'm curious to see what happened with the XYZ game. I watched the first match of the best of 3, and I think XYZ took it, if not mistaken. So I'm kind of curious as to what happened in the second game, so we're going to have to check out the results for that in a bit.
Yeah, also if anyone has been watching that series or following that series, you could also just let us know in the chat top lane. Just Primal Nugget, man. He got camped and he's not happy. He's calling jungle death. The Sion did not gank me. Pax looking to go deep, wants to get another death on that list, actually decides to back out and not make it 4 deaths before 15 minutes. As we do see the Predator.
He got the big chicken.
Absolutely denied.
He got the big chicken though.
And we do see potentially a 60-minute victory here.
Oh,
can we both be wrong?
Sion.
That's less than 10.
Unstoppable. Okay, hang on. The flash, the disengage is not going to be there, but there will be the trade over as the fight continues in the base. It's going to be locking the bar for some more time as Kester trying to get away, but it looks like DRS to cancel the knock-up. The suppression as the fight does continue, but it's going to be just ATK domination as Ben Shawarma pays his life.
Is this game? You're actually really close to the time.
I've got a minute of wiggle room,
no,
40
we should
seconds.
respawn it.
I don't think they
They'll
finished it, but
respawn.
88... oh no, you guys are griefing me. I had a prediction. AT actually has teleport. Shawarma always does as well. This could have been finished here, but you okay.
That's why I said 18 GB. I had a feeling ATK was not going to make it look too clean.
The caster's curse.
Gotta appreciate just the amount of effort we see from ZeW, not saying we're gonna keep trying, we're not done here, and actually winning some fights and yeah, catching people off with the encore there in the Seraphine in the mid lane. Yeah, good to see. Big Mr. Cho'Gath heading down mid lane. I missed the size of towers at this point. We do see some wave clearing in the
that
bot side. What happened to the Senna priority? I have a question. What happened to Senna?
In this game or in general?
In general, like I feel like she went from must be pick ban to no one's picking her or banning her anymore. But nothing changed.
I think she is still prioritized for ADC. I think she's banned a little bit more, but perhaps we just haven't really watched the games that have the Senna players in it, because there's a lot of AD characters who don't really play too much Senna in the SA scene.
That's true. And it's sad too, because Senna is very fun as an ADC, especially fasting. I mean, I think that's the only way to play her.
Yeah, if it's open and you don't pick it, you're kind of trolling.
Definitely. Attack's looking to get his deaths on the Kalista. Oh, that's a dead.
This is a bloodbath.
Yes, indeed it is. Do you think they can get a tower? Probably not. Seraphine support.
The game, no.
Seraphine mid is 1-7.
Okay.
Ben looking for something.
So I gotta appreciate the fact that Karma, okay, top lane Camille, she actually got the executioners. I like it. My money was on nobody picks up Grievous wins this game, and I was wrong. I'm pleasantly surprised to see that both Sion and Camille both did, so that's good. Well, it's a sustain on the ATK squad.
Quite a bit of sustain from that Bloodthirster on the Yone. Oh, are we gonna see the big wombo combo ace against ATK? Is the dream alive?
Okay.
Not quite the dream.
Focus. Magnus Storm brought out. It looks like it's gonna be Kalista yet again. The fourth death for AD carry on ATK. That is a big chain. As they
Called
find
it?
the second ATK member. Prime will now get Lou try to finish off the Shawarma. The King will not go down though, not yet at least, but Seraphine for the final auto said Badger. Right, final
No.
ATK KDA. What are you thinking, dude? How many deaths on ATK squad?
12. Clax is gonna end once more, and someone else is gonna end once.
I'm gonna go to 14 because I feel like they're gonna run on the fountain when they finish the game.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good prediction. I didn't think about that.
So Deadman Plate, second item now secured for Mr. Support, quote-unquote support Cho'Gath.
Yeah, so if you build Chem Tank, it's got nerfed quite a lot recently. So much so that the movement speed you get is actually very little, and as Cho'Gath, it feels very underwhelming if you don't have the Deadman's Plate to give you that extra mobility and sticking power. That's
I feel like
the
even
idea
without,
behind
I mean,
it.
pre the nerfs and the changes, we're still pretty much going that. Why is Cho'Gath look like it's getting bigger and smaller? Or is that just
That's just Cho'Gath thing. Do we have Winions winning? I mean, this is a 5-man hitting every single minion they
five-man
can.
defense? Callista Clax is here though. Is here alone just to apply pressure, clear waves, there is the team pick up Baron and Dragon objectives to the mountain, as well as Infernal now secured, so 2 Drakes to 0. The window of pulling trigger on a Clax is kind of gone now. You need to be a little bit more respectful. He does end up getting caught off with the rest of Zawada here. Unstoppable finds one. It's going to be unique as red side TP does come through. First and downside, the passive is going to be there. Ash in a pretty good spot. Unfortunately, looks like the duress, the CC is just too much, and they are melted as Neutron just able to survive and get the chain CC off as the next member is dead and only alive the last player support. Did we get the fountain runner done? We don't. Clax just able to step on the fountain as we do have the Nexus done and dusted for the first game, so ATK taking game number 1. No surprise there.
So it looks like we're going to have a quick game for you this Sunday as we just finished game number 1 in under 22 minutes. ATK looking very clean, beautiful tower dives coming out across the board. We saw some pressure against that Camille in the top lane, against the likes of that Warwick and Morgana just playing beautifully. We saw some really great fights in the bot lane as well. Again, just I feel like across the board we're seeing level advantages being abused, and that just being the biggest difference maker in these early fights in the lanes. But we're going to go look at the match stats and be back.
Okay, so damage shots, Callista, despite having so many deaths, actually right up there. So a lot of damage, a lot of output, a lot of income in terms of gold as well as damage received. So, I mean, what are we thinking for MVP, dude?
I'm genuinely not sure. Can we have MVPs in this series?
We're still for sure we can, but I mean, obviously going to be an ATK player, no flame.
I mean, Clax was running it down too much. It's going to be Uniques again.
Okay, so unique so far, unfortunately.
Like we need to find a new person.
Unfortunately, Tambi's not quite showing up too much. I mean, the Yone mid lane pick feels kind of sad. No Oriana duty. This is not the real ATK.
We're seeing a lot of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, no missed ultis to see.
We've got game number 2 coming through shortly of the best of 3 series. I don't think the Zawada squad did too poorly. It is quite heavily stacked in ATK's favor, so I like the fact that they didn't FF, because I feel like FFing, in especially a broadcasters match, is like really not an appropriate thing to do, so mad respect for sticking it out and doing their best all the way through. Let's see what they have up their sleeves for game number 2 though.
Yeah, we did see some interesting wombo combos, but we'll see just now. Welcome back to game number 2 of the series. As you can see, we have jumped straight into Champion Select of the Mercedes-Benz ATK League of Legends Champion Series, powered by Elgato and MSI. Thanks for joining us for the second game. If you have missed the first game, it was a quick game. It was finished in 22 minutes with ATK closing it out beautifully. They had Warwick in the top lane, Morgana jungle, which was a new interesting pick. We also had a swapped out mid laner in the form of Ben Schwammer, who picked the Yone, as well as... trying to remember what the bot lane was. Kalista, Cho'Gath.
Yeah.
And yeah, we can now jump into the bans and have a look at those. As you can see, we do have the Yone ban coming out, as well as the Seraphine ban, Malzahar Thresh ban by ATK.
Sticking with the Thresh ban. Kind of interesting. So they got the double ban towards the bot lane. Norlis the next go to take away. Like I discussed in the first one, I don't think it's really too clever to prioritize your bans towards Unique, as his champion pool is pretty big. In this case, the final ban, Gnar from ATK as well. So, I mean, it's what are very adamant on not allowing ATK to get that Seraphine pick. They picked it themselves the first game. Second game, they don't have first priority pick. Instead, taking it off the table themselves. In this case, it's going to be the Twitch lock-in. So I'm kind of curious, is that going to be the AP Twitch bot lane, or any predictions
Twitch
for that one?
Twitch jungle used to be a thing, but has not been a thing for a while. And we do have the Caitlyn hover. Is there a potential for Caitlyn Morgana lock-in here, just to take that away from the opposing side? Caitlyn.
Alternatively, I think Kate bot is pretty alright.
Yeah, but I don't think you want to play bard into Unique, because Unique is a bard player.
Right.
And
I
feel like you can't play bard into bard players.
With a Caitlyn. That's what I was thinking, bard, because Unique's bard. But we see what they pair up with that. I mean, alternatively, Lulu's a pretty good spot now, especially after the buffs. But it's gonna be the Roll Caitlyn, pretty good combo, pretty strong early game. You need to be able to try snowball lane though. At least super highly prioritized jungle right now, but very tricky to play. You can't afford to really mess it up. Yeah, it's a very good solo queue pick at least. Not so sure about competitive, but it's one of those jungle champs that you need to know what you're doing, because if you mess up your gank, you're kind of out of there. It's almost like a Lee Sin. So in this case, instead Volibear into the Rammus switch. Rammus this early in the draft is kind of interesting, but I mean, we have that double AD role plus Caitlyn lock-in so far, so it's not going to be the worst. Pretty confident pick. Alternatively, it could always be support Rammus or top lane Rammus.
I really hope it's jungle Rammus though. Haven't seen the top lane just yet. LeBlanc would have been even better, but I'll take the Zed. As we do get Primal Nugget locking in the Fiora. He played the Camille, and now he's on the
Rammus though. You don't lock in another AD. In this case, Fiora, even, especially without the top lane being picked already, Fiora is an incredibly finicky pick. You cannot blind her because there's just too many poor matchups. In this case, a bit of a ballsy one. I mean, he looked pretty confident in the Camille, so let's see what his Fiora can do. I couldn't remember the word for some reason.
Yeah, agreed. I'm thinking, ironically, I think Malphite would have been even pretty good there, because it's also quite AD heavy on ATK, so you're also happy to just get an armor champion and stack armor right now. Hopefully
Go for it.
I'm hoping the Morgana ban comes out, because neither of these guys have AP, and Morgana is one of the junglers, and Diana's already gone.
I have a feeling that's support Rammus. I don't know why, I just think that's going bot lane, and this is a big brain ATK bamboozle like they kind of did in the first game as well.
Yeah, we do see the Morgana ban and Diana ban coming out, taking those out of the jungle pool. Could also be support, but we're pretty confident Rammus support.
Interesting.
It
is AP, so that's a good start.
Yeah. Good to see.
What did they round it out with though? Darius, hello. Where's if you're a middle lane? No, wait, no, Sion.
We have no idea what's going on.
Sion jungle again.
Oh,
maybe it was actually going to be a Darius jungle. That could have been kind of interesting.
I would have preferred to see the Darius jungle. I haven't seen that one yet. Riot buffed it though, so I'd be interested to see how it actually performs.
Did you see the clip where Darius jungle 1v1'd? Was it Baron or Dragon? I think it was Dragon level 1. It could have been
That was
banned. I
probably
can't
like
remember.
before the nerfs or something. Because I think it was bugged on PBE.
PBE fresh updates, and then they fixed it. Tryndamere, what is locked in? Okay.
So we do have that Trinity in the top lane. We have
And Janna? What is going on? Sorry, that's gonna be it's a harvester. You'll change it. There's no way he locks in Janna.
Also, there is 2 ADCs. We have the Samira and the Twitch. We do get the Janna locked in and confirmed. So
Okay, so Big Sam
What
is
is
not.
going on?
It's Twitch support. That's what it was. I knew it was gonna be a bot lane switch, that ATK were up to something. I just picked the wrong champion. It was Twitch that was the support, not the Rammus. So I got double bamboozled. But nonetheless,
Yeah.
spicy coming through. So it's gonna be that AP super roaming combo. It's kind of weird to pair Twitch with the Samira, in my opinion.
yeah, no CC, and Samira loves CC. Samira wants all the CC she can get. So, bit unfortunate there, as you do get style points from CC as it counts as its own unique form of attack, and it does give her a nice little bit of extra damage.
So, I mean, something to keep in mind is that ATK have drafted a full AD comp, basically, with the exception of, I guess, unique. You could argue that Rammus does some magic damage. Not entirely sure what his ult is now, or like in terms of damage because of the changes. I haven't really looked at it too much, but I assume it's still like primarily AD. I don't know.
Yeah, I haven't looked either.
And they've got a Scion. Wait, did they actually?
Yeah, I
look at the
kind of
Janna?
wish
What?
we had the Malphite top lane.
I'm confused. Is that Janna mid?
Yeah. I mean, we had Seraphine mid, so we shouldn't be surprised to see another support.
They locked
mid
in
lane.
Janna. They locked in Janna mid lane versus Zed.
Maybe you can knock Zed off with the ultimate.
No, no, it's not gonna work. I've played a fair amount of Janna mid lane. It is not a fun matchup. I mean, in theory, you can think about like CCing him, but it's just too easy to get access to you.
Yeah, like I know you can easily CC the shadows.
I think if you were gonna play a mid lane and you wanted to play some form of support, then lock in the Lily mid lane. Perhaps you have the polymorph at least, plus the overgrowth is
Yeah.
quite nice to try and get.
The other
the
champion I think
disengage.
into Zed is Lissandra, also really useful. Yeah.
You mentioned Scion earlier.
Scion?
Sorry, not Scion. Malphite. Malphite.
Yeah,
mid.
no, Malphite mid.
Lock
They
in the
always go
rock.
full AP and they get one shot anyway.
Yeah, we'll just literally go full tank Malphite mid, and then Zed is not going to really be an issue for you. But then he's look to try and roam.
I honestly think the Malphite top lane would have been great to see by that Fiora, because it's a full AD team. Tryndamere doesn't do well into Malphite. I mean, doesn't do terribly. We do have a Malphite. We have a Tryndamere specialist who will probably be able to tell me that I'm crazy and that there is a way, in fact, to win the Malphite Tryndamere matchup. But as I know it, it's a pretty.
My
rough
understanding
matchup.
for the Malphite Trinity matchup is you have to punish level 1. You have to try Snowball, so as soon as he touches wave, you just whack him a bunch, and then assert Dominance level 1, and from there run it. Because if you don't
Yeah.
get that lead pre, I think, first or second base, it pretty much just becomes Malphite favored. And you're just never able to kill him, assuming he doesn't go Comet.
Maybe.
This is Grasp, yep.
Cool. Yeah. I really want to see this Twitch bot lane. I haven't. I really loved Twitch in one of his previous states in some of the older seasons. I
Yeah.
was a big fan of Twitch jungle, the Twitch. Even Twitch as an ADC has always been really great in some of the older seasons, but lately Twitch has been feeling very lackluster. We did see a pop-up support, I want to say earlier this year, like 5 months ago,
Yeah.
and then kind of disappear again. And
They got nerfed.
wanna
They got
see
nerfed
what's
into the
there.
ground.
oh, okay.
They reduced his AP ratios a lot, as well as the changes to items kind of nerfed him. I think it was the Nashes, if I'm not mistaken. That got nerfed
Yeah.
pretty hard for AP. So
They don't want
kinda
to
follow off.
be.
Like, the thing is though, like, Twitch support was only really ever like an EUS thing. Nobody really touched it too much on any other server. I think Rat made it popular. Rat RL. Might be mistaken in that one, but like that's one of the main places that people started to pick it up from. And he was one of the
Yeah.
players to watch in terms of how to build it and the playstyle. It's very cheese. It's very interesting, but it's a lot of fun to
Twitch
play.
is very cheese.
Yeah.
Jungle Twitch is cheese as well. It's like red buff gank mid lane, and then like blue buff gank top lane. It's
Terrible
just...
gank. Rest in peace. They just leave the game. That's what they tend to do. It's like Draven 2.0. But nonetheless, we'll see how the drafts turn out in game as we do jump into game note 2 in just a second. So we'll see you guys then.
I've seen wild, wild things. Tricks upon the eye.
Welcome back, everyone, to game number 2 of the series between ATK Goon Squad and ZeW. Let's see. First game, we actually had some action right in the beginning as the Scion jungle got invaded and paid his life. Although he did get a flash kill.
That Rama skin looks so weird when it's super fast. It's like waddling in like 3 times speed.
Yeah. Kind of looks like a Mario themed. Oh. No, they're at the wrong place.
What are those
That would
called?
have been
They're in Mario? Are they goobers? What?
no idea what you call this. Wish I knew. Would have been nice if Sion was actually in the right bush this time with the whole team. As you know how it is when you try and invade a Sion and he lands that 5-man Q.
We had one last game, but there was just no reinforcements behind it. So I mean, you know.
Need a team.
So
That's
definitely is AP Twitch bot lane. Started with the spell to use plus gun for the Halo Blade start. Ignite Summoner spell plus Exhaust on Clax, which is kind of interesting. Take note of the mid lane Janna with TP and Comet.
Could have been electrocute. We'll take it.
I think Comet's pretty okay, but here comes that AP Twitch cheese that we know Twitch for. Level 1 looking to just try and apply pressure. Unfortunately, doesn't even burn any summoners. Do we get the repeat gank or does he go back to bot lane? That is the real question.
Wow, that is tragic. Janna does not want to start with low HP in this lane. And
I don't think Janna wants to start in general in this lane.
oh man.
Unfortunately, the CC connection is not going to be there, so he does get punished as top lane ADHD. Getting that rage built up into the media trades, but no luck with the crits there. There's the first one. Oh, okay. 108 damage. He's got a level 2 spin or level 1 spin. Just looking to apply more pressure.
Does have ignite in the top lane there, so should be able to pick up that kill relatively easily.
Unique. Very aggressive.
With that level 2.
Second stun again. Going to miss. Unfortunately, his Madbot dropped pretty low. Do they have the damage? That's going to be the Summoner Burn plus Exhaust. They do the first blood committed for Clax. He does take a turret shot, dashes out, just able to survive. So that will be first blood bot lane.
Same thing we see every single time we see this happen. It is the level 2 diff. People are just not comfortable.
Players not really being aware of how strong it is because of the Ela gap. Like level 2 rush and spike is something you don't really focus on till at least I would say mid gold. I don't think they even realize that's a concept.
Good point.
No flame intended.
Yeah.
Shawarma. Electrocute damage. Ignite for the disrespect. I heard it. Shawarma wants that kill. He gets at his bot lane. Finally able to find it. There it is. The damage is going to be Clax down and out. Back to regular Clax. No getting fed this game either. Not how this works.
Yeah. Poor Clax. Already dying. 3 minutes in. Just oh, that is so dead, John. Taking so much damage. That burning right through that shield too.
So I'm expecting some big CS leads top lane this game.
Yeah, this is looking rough.
Oh, red taunt. Janna, you're out of here. Shawarma finds himself second kill. Top lane ADHD finds himself the first. So, I mean, we can already see that mid lane snowball starting. And I mean, Zed with 2 kills at this point. 1 base, 1 reset. And Janna's not even able to step up and really touch the wave without getting chunked out hard.
Yeah, you get lethality against this Janna, who has very low starting armor ratios as it is, and you're... It's just not fun. She's also level 3 to the level 5 of that Zed. It's rough. Zed is just gonna run down this mid lane. How quickly do you see ATK finishing in this game?
16.5 minutes. That's my guess.
So you went 1 minute lower than last time.
Yes, just because of how hard they're snowballing this one already, and the nature of the picks. I feel like Trinity is gonna become undealable with. Is that a word? Is that a sentence? Undealable
Yeah,
with.
I'm gonna go with 18 again. I feel like they're gonna troll a little bit. Throw some free deaths in there.
Twitch
Make a reward feel good.
finds the Scion.
Twitch does
So,
not
I
win
mean-
this one.
Oh, hang on. Big fight about to break out. Gonna be the entire gang rotating down. The taunt is gonna be there. Split is the first focus as Schwarmer's gonna join the fight as well. Cheeky 3-man knockup though. Scion just not having the cover. He flashes out. He could have got that one at least. Clax super aggressive, ends up finding the first kills. He does dash back out, but it's gonna be the Scion passive looking to try to hit whoever he can. As a backline, it's gonna be Schwarmer coming back to the shadow. Person but dead, but they're doing up trading. Caitlyn now out of here as well for the killing speed. Schwarmer 3 for 0. Okay, Clax has to be trolling at this point, right?
Yeah, no. This is not normal.
ADHD, what are you doing?
Wait,
friend?
what?
ADHD, was that lag? He kind of just stood there.
I was gonna say that was lag as well. Maybe he was standing still to hope the Fiora doesn't see him. Level 6 coming
sorry.
out there, that's what he's just gonna... He can tower dive that, what do you
No,
mean?
for sure. He can straight up run at him. He just needs the wave to crash. If Fiora decides to stay, she's playing with fire. She has flash, she has her parry, but she's 2 level down. At already 6 minutes, that is not a good spot to be in.
Level up is gonna help there.
I kind of feel like playing Trinity now, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I feel like playing Twitch support, dude. I'm so interested to see this pick by Unique. And I like the really cheesy mid gank.
Don't put it in your ranked games though, please. Whatever you do, don't take it ranked. It's past that point in the season. Just cut the losses. Don't bite the top.
Oh man, I mean I'm also...
Here it is, that level 6 that I spoke about. It should be enough to... yep, okay, just...
More than enough. Is ADHD losing to Scion?
No, he's not losing, dude.
If he kills this, he dies.
He should kill it.
Yeah, he
He
dies
has
to
no
passive.
flash. You should dash down right. Yep. Wait, he doesn't get out. Okay.
A little bit greedy.
I was gonna say no. Oh yes, so yeah, Twitch support, like, it's a pretty standard cheese to go level 1 mid lane. Like, if you've played against the pick enough, you should see it coming, and it should be, like, preemptively warned. Obviously, in this case, it worked out quite nicely. A big engagement with True. The chain is not gonna be there, as they do realize, hang on, it's Neutron here from behind. As Clax finds off kill number 1, but will end up finding kill number 2. No, Unique yoinking it as Clax pays with his life. Brrr, goes Samira.
Very fast. Scion coming in. Oh.
You don't win this, friend. Neutron's gonna look for the taunt, but they don't have the damage. I mean, like, the power of Twitch support is behind its burst. You get up the stacks, you press E, you rend them, and suddenly they go, like, from 100 to 0 instantly. You've just been crit to death.
Yeah, Hunter in the top lane, speaking of. And, yeah, this Twitch is not happy to lane against the Scion right now. He just wants to go base. Also, there was a really weird interaction on that last fight where I'm pretty sure it looked like a double knockup from Raul, but nothing happened. How did that happen?
He didn't use his W's, was it? I think he just walked into them. He used his stun.
Oh. Okay, that would make sense. Oh, more Rammus coming in. That's the ulti.
Wait, that looks so cool in that skin. It drops like the field on the
Like a
ground.
soccer. Yeah.
Yeah.
Looks pretty cool. So I'm not sure what that does. I think it knocks up. I can actually just...
Yeah,
read
it's
the
like a
filter.
ranged CC.
hop into the air and slam down at a target location, dealing 100 magic damage.
I don't know, I kind of like the old ulti. I'm kind of
Slowing
underwhelmed.
enemies.
I'm kind of underwhelmed with the Rammus remake, I'm not gonna lie. Okay. Pop damage, it's gonna be enough. That's gonna be the double for ATK, make that the triple. Z finding it 2 as top lane. ADHD doesn't even need the last order, he believes in that DPS out. Or the ignite. So, I said 16 and a half, yes?
16 and a half. I said 18. That's doable. I think you just get Harold and you push mid as 5. You know there's a record for the fastest int in a rank game?
What is the time?
It's really fast, dude.
I can
That's
see
like 20
people
seconds?
just getting evaded and then opening.
No,
What do you mean
like you
dash?
run it straight down mid.
Right. Like speedrunning it.
Yeah, you
First
literally
dash.
speed run it down. Down mid.
What's the tech? Teleport to
And
the
you-
turret and then like ghost into the turret?
Yeah, that's slow. And TP doesn't work at the start of the game.
Doesn't it?
There's actually a,
No, after the
yeah,
15
there's
second
also,
gate opens, surely it does?
yeah, so there's a way to get out of base within that 15-second time.
Wait, really?
Yeah, I think it's a Carthus bug. I think it's a Carthus bug where if you Q twice, you can get through the barrier.
I feel like that
And,
would have been fixed, or like it used to be a bug then, because I've never heard of that before, and I highly doubt that would be like a thing at this point.
I mean, it doesn't give you any competitive advantage because there's nothing on the map for the first 15 seconds anyway. Unless you're speedrunning to enter into the tower. Yeah, but you literally get there before the enemies can get to the tower. It's pretty insane.
Top lane. Primal Nugget.
Oh.
Flashes out, so he
Wow.
lives. But this means ADHD can dive. His Trauma is here to join the party as well, not like this. Fjord going for the last ditch effort, but ADHD just quite easily split into winning. So yeah, you're speaking of speedrunning, like, I mean, something I was actually thinking about recently is, so the current, like, 100 CS speedrun record is done with the Moo. Well, the Moo was broken for a couple patches at the start of the new season when they, like, brought out the new items, and a Moo went from, like, non-played champion to, like, 65% win rate for, like, a month. And
Yeah, and then
basically,
it's dead again.
yeah,
Like Twitch.
I was
Same thing.
thinking, if you couldn't somehow break that speed record using Morgana, I know it changes or something, but I think they nerfed it down or tuned it down a bit. So Unique able to find mid lane kills. We do have a bit of a group mid lane. It seems like a bit of a goon squad, if you will, coming through from ATK goon squad as they 3-man aggro drop this turret, and there's the taunt. I don't think they have the damage to really deal with the Sign at this point, but Clax now having to try to deal with Primal Nuggets as the exhaust is going to be the Yas popcorn available as well. Brrr, goes the spinning top. Okay.
Getting some styling points there. Hopefully, they get the ulti a second time.
Cancels off the Janna. He does get the second ultimate, but actually no signs of the CC for this one, so it's going to be Ye finding the rampages. The run him down comes through Clax, and it's up dead by Badger's hand. And I don't know how I feel about it. Ooh. Taunt. CC.
Oh. Ramos put a little bit more than he can chew, but Unique to end up picking up that kill. As we do see Trinity doing Trinity things, picking up that top tower. Not quite going to be able to get it before Raul shows up.
What are your thoughts on
providing
the
some
What are your thoughts on the Rammus remake?
What do I think about it?
Yeah.
I think I was a better champ before, to be honest. I agree with you.
I feel like it's like they didn't change enough of it to feel like it was a rework, and the champ is still feeling kind of underwhelming.
Yeah, I mean, I love Rammus though. Still, the amount of games I've lost playing Rammus into Yi is just sad in the jungle. Man, your team feeds the Yi so hard that his true damage burns through all your armor and thorn mail. Feels bad.
Yeah. Frosty is like a kind of a tragic one, especially at some of the low ranks, because there's pretty much guaranteed free kills somewhere on the map, so you just look for that opening and you try to exploit it. But the issues with champs like Yi is that the enemy team has to all play the game correctly in order for it to not pop off.
Yeah,
That's a little bit
beautiful.
of a trickier one when it
Insane
comes to
that.
low ranks. Same with
Yeah,
the
and also like
Katarina.
the lack of CC against Yi is a big
Yeah.
problem.
Like, it's the same with like the champs like Katarina, who also a good example. Even
Yeah,
Trinity to an
we've seen a
extent.
lot of-
But
Wow, that is you can not take tire aggro there? That's pretty cool.
yeah.
Very small spot there. Ooh. He's gonna... Does he have...
Predator choke, he's
Not
waiting for the
bad.
wave to try to get up, but he does his dash back through the unstoppable knockup. Black just going for the ultimate disrespect that bit of a proxy. Ends up working though.
16 minutes? I think we're gonna get 18.
I don't think they're really trying to close out, that's the thing.
Sure. Which just means more League of Legends for you guys to watch as this John in mid lane gets absolutely smashed, going
More Janna mid lane.
1-6.
I don't see a Janna mid lane.
That Ramus is just noping out of that one.
Okay, spray and pray over the wall. Dashing out. Neutron's pretty good. He sets up the Trinity, sets up the Z, sets up the Rams himself, and that's going to be almost an ace. Only Badger back to defend, and I mean, it's even more of a bloodbath than the first game.
Yeah, this is looking... I think it's just... The John in mid feels a bit off. It doesn't have that ulti that we see. Oh, man. Oh! A dream.
Trend him,
no,
yeah.
One order and it's just gone.
Yeah, you gotta make sure
Yeah.
you time that Q tornado knock up perfectly with Trinity when he uses the jump, because if he closes that gap somehow, you're kind of doomed. Okay, Clax.
Wow.
CC burn a little bit early. Oh, gets everybody low, but he's actually setting up the true carry unique, paying the price, the flash, but he's gonna have the oh.
Yeah, flashing. He was like, oh no, Kate has ulti. Can I flash out a vision?
Ace in the hole.
Unfortunately.
8 for North for 6. 8 for 1 for 6. Ambitious dive pays the price. Rest in peace for the first death bench trauma.
Yeah, Raul actually playing this very, very well. Gets a nice CC lockup onto that Zed who just drops not long afterwards, taking too much tower damage. Probably wasn't even able to shadow his way out of there.
Kate's actually getting funneled with a substantial amount of gold. There's that Rift Gel you spoke of.
It's only a few minutes late. Hopefully they can get my 18-minute win. Looking like a bit of a dream at the moment. Also, no one has touched the dragons.
Don't really need the Drakes as a win condition this game, to be fair.
Oh man, that sucks.
Ooh, the half HP pop. You need to start to get some items. Death caps acquired.
You sure this is not viable, Siri?
I feel like anything is viable this game. They're reversing Shadow mid, no flame.
Anything is viable this game. That was a good point.
Okay, so there's Shelly coming through. Ace. They let it through. They took the chance. ADHD almost actually died for that one. But he still had his undying rage, so I'm sure he was okay. The calculation on the damage. Zed.
Ooh.
Bye. You managed to survive the first time. Shame on me.
18 minutes? We're
Second
close. Ah, they're backing. Tragic. Is this the new build on Trinity?
That's one of them. There's this build, and then there's the Kraken. I think this is the more popular one, but it's matchup specific as far as I know.
Yeah, I think Klax is just trying to harvest that DPS stats, get it as
And
high as possible,
he wants to be
so
top
he can
of the-
get
top
that
of the board.
MVP.
Top frag. Oh. Fine too.
This, wow, this Twitch at this point is just doing damage.
Oh no, and that right there is why Twitch support is such a hard champ to play, because if you get picked off by anything, any form of CC, you get melted. Like, you're high damage, but you have no wiggle room to get caught.
Yeah, even unique, very high elo player, probably chilling a little bit this game, not playing to his absolute potential. Getting caught
They
off
don't
there.
need to. They got the tournament win condition in the top lane. Look at the split. Look at the moves. Look at the autos. The 290 crit to 42, 84, 201, and you're out of it. That's the Rel, by the way, the tank on this team, or the one up. The ignite fade away. Looks for the next one, ADHD. Look for the reset on the wave. He finds it. The crit. No, I'm mad with the headshot. That was kind of nasty, actually.
Yeah, I mean, Trinity can just run out the whole team almost at this point, getting very, very close to that point. And we get to a point where they just start losing to minions, slowly trying to clear waves. Once you have 3 inhibs down this early in the game, when you're this far behind, it's just unwinnable.
Yeah,
20k gold lead.
I remember what the stat was at, like, Worlds or something. Like, something like 90% chance you win a game if you get 3 inhibs. So, something ridiculous like that.
That's pretty high.
Like, it's almost impossible to come back from a game where you're 3 inhibs down. I think one of the strongest champions, or like one of the only champions that can really pull you back from a game like this, would be like Gangplank, or at least old Gangplank. Not entirely sure if he's still in that state now. But he was like the 10k gold deficit king on a super leaky and barrel combo to end the
Because the
whole...
other champ I can think of. Yeah, so 0-10, and then somehow just gets free farm and starts one-shotting carries.
Okay. Sure, GG well played. Game 2 ATK.
So we're back, and thank you for joining us for this very short series. We didn't take too much of your time. Yeah. Started at 7, finished by actually similar to the series we had on Sunday last week as well. Also a very, very quick one.
Which one was the quicker one?
Top tier team showing off.
Do you remember?
This one was slightly quicker.
Okay, so ATK taking the record then for fastest cast.
Yeah, the other one was like, we were finished like 9:35, 36, so it's 10 minutes faster.
Right,
Although I think
mean,
game time wise, this was faster.
I don't exactly think they were trying to close out as quickly as possible. They were having a little bit of fun with that one, especially seeing. It seems like Klax was really going to town with these I guess I could call them proxies, but he wasn't really looking for waves. He was more looking for kills and fights. So see why you picked Samir in this game.
Champion proxies. More what he's looking for. Yeah, and I mean, I think for me, all I'm just excited for is to see some of the big matchups that we are expecting to see as we get closer and closer to the end of the group stages and head into the Champions League. And I said this just before, but for those of you who missed it, like, we have some really exciting series coming as we head into
Week 8?
Week 8? No, more
yeah,
like,
this is the end of week 7.
wow, we're actually so close to the end now, hey?
Time flies. So yeah, like you mentioned, week 8 out of 9, and then we have the pretty busy weekend of gaming, which is going to be quite epic. A lot of really decent teams facing off against each other, so we should have some closer matches, some closer series to cast, which is going to be good.
And also best of 5s.
I
that
don't know about that 100%. I feel like that would take way too much time. I feel like
We'll have to see.
it would be best of 3s, but yeah, we'll double check on that one, let you guys know one of the future broadcasts. But nonetheless, GG well played. Nice try, ZeW. I appreciate it. I like the fact that you guys didn't open, you didn't give up, so props for that one at least. Otherwise, ATK looking pretty decent still. No Oriana duty today, and they allow for the super sub Ben Schwaber to step into the arena, which is pretty nice thing to do. It's always good to give your backup some game time in some of the less serious matches. That way, when it does come to actually needing substitutes, they're ready to go and they're
Warmed
good
up.
for it. Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely agree. It's great to see, and that's it from us.
Yep, so we'll send you guys out to some of the highlights if you did miss the series. Yet again, 2-0 ATK versus ZeW. Right, GG, and good night, guys. Oh no. You generally want to avoid invading into a Cyan comp for exactly that reason, where you stacks the brush, finds a massive Q, but unfortunately the rest of the water just not really being around. Unique getting a little bit closer actually. The disrespect.
Unique and ADH
Unique to the chain CC, so with the flash for Clax does end up finding. No, it's gonna be Unique finding himself to kill his Badger is here, looking to join the fight. Unfortunately, no signs of mid lane Ben Shawarma as Clax. Yeah, he pays the price. It's gonna be yet again Clax, the first number down.
Ulti coming in there. Dive going out bot side as Unique goes all in, takes a lot of tower shots. Hourglass makes it out. Meanwhile, top side.
Okay, so it's just gonna be an ATK bloodbath as the action continues. Rest in peace, Trauma finds himself kill number 2. To deal with the Scions out just yet, but Unique for the teleport flank. Here he is. He's got level 6, he's gonna be showing you 80k. That's another rampage coming through. Ash now down for death. Number 3 is the prediction. The flash disengage. Yeah, that's painful to watch.
That was just
big engage into the chain CC. It's gonna be a lot of damage coming through for some water as they look to try clean up. Clack's able to get his support up, but unfortunately will pay the price as Primal Nugget finds himself the kill. Here comes ADHD a little bit late, but never. Okay, trade back.
I mean, he won beforeing.
Okay, hang on. The flash, the disengage is not going to be there, but there will be the trade over as the fight continues in the base. It's going to be locking the buy for some more time as Kester's trying to get away, but it looks like Duress to cancel the knock-up. The suppression as the fight does continue, but it's going to be just ATK domination as Ben Shawarma pays his life. 80 carry on ATK. That is a big chain. As they find the second ATK member. Primal Nugget, Lou trying to finish off the Shawarma. The King will not go down though, not yet at least, but Seraphine for the final Autos and Badger. One, it's going to be Unique as red side TP does come through. First but down, Cyan, the passive is going to be there. Ash in a pretty good spot, unfortunately looks like the duress, the CC is just too much and they are melted as Neutron just able to survive and get the chain CC off as the next member is dead and only alive the last player support. Very aggressive, ignite
level 2.
Second stun again, going to miss. Unfortunately, his mad bar dropped pretty low. Do they have the damage? That's going to be the summoner burn plus exhaust. They do the first blood committed with Clax. He does take a turret shot, dashes out, just able to survive. So that will be first blood bot lane. I don't think they even realize that's a concept.
Good point.
No flame intended.
Yeah.
Shawarma will execute damage. Ignite for the disrespect. I heard it. Shawarma wants that kill. He gets it as bot lane. Finally able to find it. There it is. The damage is going to be Clax down. Dash back out, but it's going to be the sign pass and looking to try to hit whoever he can. As a backline, it's going to be Shawarma coming back to the shadow. Person but dead, but they're doing up trading. Caitlyn now out of here as well for the killing spree. Shawarma 3 for 0. Okay, Clax has to be trolling at this point, right? Here it is, that level 6 that I spoke about. It should be enough to. Yep, okay, cheers.
More than enough. Is ADHD losing to Cyan?
No, he's not losing.
If he kills this, he dies.
He should kill it.
Yeah, he dies to the
flash. He should dash down right. Yep. Wait, he doesn't get out. Okay. I think it should be like preemptively warned. Obviously, in this case, it worked out quite nicely. A big engage coming through. The chain is not going to be there as they do realize, hang on, it's Neutron here from behind. As Clax finds off kill number 1, but will end up finding kill number 2. No, Unique yoinking it as Clax pays with his life. You don't win this, friend. Neutron's going to look for the taunt, but they don't have the damage. I mean, like, the power of Twitch support is behind its burst. You get up the stacks, you press E, you rend them, and suddenly they go like from 100 to 0 instantly. You've just been crit to death.
Yeah, Hunter in the top lane. Speaking of
I'm kind of
slowing
underwhelmed.
enemies.
I'm kind of underwhelmed with the Rammus remake, I'm not gonna lie. Okay. Pop damage, it's gonna be enough. That's gonna be the double for ATK, make that the triple. Zed finding it too as top lane. ADHD doesn't even need the last order, he believes in that DPS out. Well, the ignite. There goes the spinning top. Okay.
Getting some styling points there. Hopefully they get the ulti a second time.
Cancels off the Janna. He does get the second ultimate, actually no signs of the CC for this one, so it's gonna be Ye finding the rampages. The run him down comes to Clax and it's up dead by Badger's hand. Closes that gap somehow, you're kinda doomed. Okay, Clax.
Wow.
CC burn a little bit early. Oh, gets every low, but he's actually setting up the true carry unique, paying the price, the flash, but he's gonna have the oh. The autos, the 290 crit to 42, 84, 201, and you're out of it. That's the roll, by the way, the tank on this team, or the one of the ignite fade away. Looks for the next one, ADHD. Looking for the reset on the wave, he finds it, the crit, no, I'm mad with the head.